Hey guys, Rob from the Off-Grid Tiny House. It's about 11:30 now. I've been working outside, so I resprayed all the rivets all the way down and recoated them, and also I ripped off the aluminum tape that was covering up some gashes in the tiny house trailer, used transport trailer. This one was horrific. This is the wall that filled with water. It almost bubbled out here because the gash was so deep. So what I did was I took my knife, ripped out all the silicone I put on there. It looked like crap anyways. And then I just gave her with the rocker guard. Just heavy coats. And so what I'm doing, I picked today's pretty relatively sweet for doing this. Cloudy, no rain coming in the forecast. So I'm going to leave all this for 24 hours, and then I'm going to use that Eternal Bond tape as well to cover up all these gashes. Here, there's 3 here, and then I'm obviously just going to cut off pieces to cover up the rivets, wide pieces so they go way over the rivets, obviously, like giant squares. Just coat right over top each rivet. And back here, I had a small gash that I sprayed as well, right here. So, and this one I could barely get the silicone off of, so I just went right over top. And it, don't worry guys, 4-inch wide strip is going to go right over the gash of the Eternal Bond. So between the rocker guard and Eternal Bond, I think we're going to be okay. So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Cool stuff. So I think that's it for today. I got to get back and shower, get me something to eat, because I'm pretty much wasted right now. Just no fuel left in the tank. And yeah, so letting this dry for 24 hours. Same with the rivets. Then I'll get the Eternal Bond tape out tomorrow. Get all that done. I want to try to get the at least this big gash done first with the Eternal Bond tape, and then do my rivets, and whatever I have left, I'll do the rest of the gashes. Something tells me I'll be ordering another roll of the Eternal Bond tape. It's great stuff anyways. So these things are pretty much rock solid. They're just the little dabs of silicone spots, so really don't have to worry there. My dad was here early this morning. I think I guys told you that. He was getting some wire out of his trailer because he had a little light project to do on the back deck. So yeah. So Tiny looks a lot different without the wind turbine. It's a lot quieter too. Yeah guys, Starlink. I've been so busy internally gutting the tiny house that I have not been using the Starlink whatsoever. I'm still paying the bill. Stu informed me there's no monthly contract, so you can just come and go as you please, but I'm just continuing to pay it. I don't mind supporting that company for sure. That's the way to go. So eventually I'll get back online here at the Off-Grid Tiny House, but as you can see, we're in one hell of a construction zone, so let's go inside and show you that mess yet again. So yeah, what a friggin' mess in here, guys. So all the ceiling is down now in the tiny house, and this wall is going to be going here shortly. Eventually I'll leave it up until I get kind of this area done, and then the bathroom one's going to be the real nightmare, guys. From here back, there's so much stuff to move, plumbing, shower, the whole 9 yards. It's going to be horrific to do the bathroom, and the other side of the bathroom is even going to be more horrific with the IBC totes. So yeah, just wonderful. So anyways, like I say, I'm out of here. It's warmed up a bit. which is not bad. Still not bad out. It says, oh, outdoor. Yeah, 80, 79, 80. There it goes. Just as I say it. 75 in the tiny though. I had the doors, the windows are open. I'll leave them open. So there you go. And yeah, just about 11:30. Cool. So solar's doing good. I can probably zoom in onto the smart switch and get the battery reading. 13.5. Sweet. Yeah, very crazy that friggin' cable, guys. That red one there. That's the new replacement. Hard to believe that electricity behaves like that, where if it's having, well, where's that cable? I brought it back in here. It's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. So hard to believe that this fake copper cable, as you can see, they plated it or painted it or something, but it's actually aluminum and was melting the insulation, was probably destroying, you can see the heat rainbowing colors on the metal there. It's probably not the best. Okay, so word of warning, guys, get true copper. Make sure it's actual copper. Double, triple check it before you install it in your tiny house system, because that right there could have burned down the tiny house if I wasn't here attending to it. And if I didn't rig up that fan, I would assume that the tiny house may not be here, and that would have been lawsuit, disaster, city totally bankrupt. So yeah, no thank you. So we got that fixed for $2. I mind you, if you missed that video, check that out. But the only complaint with that charge controller really is the connections for your large battery cables. The connections are like half the size that they should be. They should be, the cable, the connector size should be this wide, inside, internally, period. It's about this much. It's like half. It's like insane. And if you guys can hear this on camera, listen to how crispy this sounds. So this cable, my God, I'm keeping that as a souvenir. That is horrific. So until we get, well, I can try the air now, but I'm leaving, so there's no point. When I'm here working again and I got the air on full time, I'm gonna do a whole video and check to see how we're doing back here, heat wise, voltage wise, how the batteries are handling it. The batteries seem to be quite a lot. I don't know, it's very strange. So over the last couple months, like just getting into the summer, spring season, I noticed once I turned the AC on, I had overnight issues where the battery would seem to drain down with like phantom loads or something to like 12.35 volts, something like that, even with just my regular stuff on, my entertainment, my fan, light, and the fridge. But now that I swapped that wire out, we were sitting at like 13.33, 10 o'clock at night with the same amount of stuff on. So I'm assuming because this thing was in failure mode, there was something going on. There was probably arcing going on, and it was eating up power slowly but surely, somehow. Stu High Tech Guy 18, the electrical engineer guru, will I'm sure comment down below and tell me what actually is going on with that. So pretty wild stuff, guys. Pretty crazy. So I'm happy with the progress so far at the tiny house. We're in July. When we get to closer to the fall, I'll start panicking a bit, but I think I'll be fine. I should be able to get this wall done within a week or so, maybe, if I don't have any more work. Like, we're getting caught up with work, so I can start putting some heavy hours in here. And today I know I could have worked all day, but I'm pretty much beat after the whole week of work here, so I gotta have some time off, guys. It's just, I gotta have it. Don't get it very often, believe me. So, yeah. Other than that, that's about it, guys. So I'm gonna pack up the camera, get these videos off to Patreon, because they get it all first. And if you want to be included in that, you can become a Patreon member here on my channel for only $1 a month. You get credited in all my future videos as long as you stay a subscriber. And you get all my stuff exclusively first, uncut, unedited, months ahead of schedule of YouTube. So basically live, almost live. And then only my live streams are the only thing that's truly live, but those are few and far between at this point because of the construction going on here and the work schedule and on and on and on. But anyways, I'll get back to Starlink someday, so I'm working my butt off to get back to that, and I'll get there. And yeah, I'm waiting for wire fasteners. I ordered speaking of Patreon, I used some Patreon money to order 200 they're called R-type coax cable wire connectors. So they're just a loop with a hole in it, and I can just pop one little screw in for my wiring all the way down the wall. And that is the plan. So when they get here, I can finish the wiring here at the entertainment setup. And I need all those fasteners for running the rest of the wiring in the entire tiny house. So kind of important to have, instead of having spaghetti all over the floor, as in wiring. I rather fasten it up as I go, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know, guys. The pricing here in Canada for stuff is outrageous. For like a dozen of those R-type connectors here, is like $10, and it's like a piece of plastic. Yeah. I even looked on Amazon and they're outrageous. So I went to eBay, and the bonus with eBay is I can use the PayPal money from Patreon to then buy stuff that I badly need for the tiny house. So that's what I'm using the Patreon money for, guys, currently. So big shout out, big thanks for that. Very important, I would say. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to the house, shower, get something in me. I'm coated in all kinds of crap from work, and due for a good shower. Good wake me up. So I'm gonna kill this power here. I could probably, actually, I'm gonna leave it on. I feel much safer leaving my entertainment and stuff on now that I have it fused. Well, it's fused here, but it's also fused back at the bus bar area, right? So with those 5 amp resettable fuses, which I have right here, and I'm going to be adding more and more of those to all my 12 volt loads, and I can put them on, believe it or not, you can put them on 120 volt appliances. So anything off your inverter, you have a resettable fuse, as long as it's within the 5 amp rating for whatever load you're putting it on. Obviously can't do an air conditioner on there because it's probably just under that, because airs usually run 6, 7, 8 amps, something like that at startup, and then they go down from there. But is what it is. So we're sitting at 13.2. I think I feel safe leaving the entertainment setup on, but I really don't need it on, so I'm gonna click it off just because. What the hell? I don't know. It's weird. You know, growing up, you're told to shut lights off and blah blah blah. But when you're off the grid, it's free power, so you can just leave stuff on. But I feel safer just shutting it off. I don't know. Whatever. Even though it's got the circuit breaker and everything on there now, we're good. So my big, if you haven't seen, big giant roll of Eternal Bond, 4-inch wide, 50-foot roll is what I'm going to be using to seal those gashes on the outside of the tiny house, the rivets. And for the rivets, guys, obviously I'm going to cut strips. I'm not going to just waste an entire roll down the entire thing, because the rivets are like this big. So I'm just going to go well over top of them with this, you know, so they're completely, just basically cut squares, slap it on the rivet. It's secure for life. This stuff's pretty much permanent, guys, even against UV light. So Stu gives me great ideas for fixing stuff, but not, for one, I'm in Canada, and the majority of the crap I can't get that he recommends because we're getting censored over here or whatever, or it's out of my price range, or I have to import it from the US and then I have to pay duty on it, which will cost me twice to 3 times what it should cost. So you guys see why I have to think outside the box and get, and this is only $100. $100 for that roll. If I get one more and do the other side of the rivets, I think we're golden after that, guys. That's a pretty inexpensive fix in my opinion. So other than that, I'm gonna get out of here, stop talking. We'll see you guys on the next one.